Hello, what's up, Charlie? I say here, it's all about Sarkodie. It's our love for Sarkodie. We are only doing it for the love of Sarkodie. And I'm telling you, Sarkodie doesn't need to go out there to be defending himself. We, the fans, we go support him. When our boss be done success, he's our manager. Like he is the fans one manager. He developed the other big fans there too. So guys, I'm very excited because finally, Samini has been replied. Today, on an interview with Andy Dusty, Sarkodie had to reply Samini because Samini called through. And trust me, that's one of the most profound, mature reply. See, I am happy. Do you know I'm happy?
Crazy.
Yeah, Mambo Games and Sarkodie are content to be taking over. Rapping in my mixing and my sound what the baking soda. Cigar and my boss like a crowd this year and I'm staying sober. Gonna promise share more hating niggas like hating over.
Yes, so welcome. Do you know why I'm happy? I'm happy because everything I said on my previous video, that's the same thing Sarkodie said. See, if you know Sarkodie, you wouldn't stress. You wouldn't stress. Sick of. It's like he has already said the things, how he is like. You should be able to predict him. So in his interview, he's even said that he's surprised when people get disappointed. Why is he surprised? Because Nipan waka tro the otedida. Why then they get surprised again? Let's try and then listen to the interview. Okay, let's listen to what Sarkodie said. First, it came up by someone asking Sarkodie that what does he have to say about the Samini issue. So when
I'm always surprised when people are like, they feel disappointed when maybe something doesn't go how they expect it to be. You know, I'm not ruling out the fact that it might be true what you're saying, but we all go through it. Like, you have tried to like reach out to somebody, but you see, if I respect somebody, I'm not necessarily mad at the person. That's their choice. If they are being rude and trying to tell me, like, if you do something to me, that's different. But if you don't do something for me, I don't think that's a problem.
So guys, let's listen to what Andy Dusty read, because Andy Dusty kind of asked that when you woke up, he saw a whole lot of tweets and all the stuff about Sarkodie. So let's listen to the whole conversation between Andy Dusty and then Sarkodie's first reply, even before Samini came on air to voice out his grievances.
Someone looks like he says, I did Love Rocks for free under 24 hours. He's just alone when it comes to returning favors. That's all. Unlike him, I do my own hooks and verses. I don't need features to blow like I die. You know what time it is, Sarkodie? We should direct. He says, not sure I'll need a verse from Sark, but if he ever does need one, I'm not interested, and that's facts. He knows this himself. Oh yeah, look, sometimes I don't play that. Yes or no be problem for him, so it go slow you and your project go dull. He did it to me on Burning EP. And he says, I got nothing against Sarkodie, and he knows it. He also know that he owe me personal apology for the blue ticks after having me send 3 tracks and he choosing one. After asking me if it was a single or an album, to which I answered it's an EP, he's like, cool, he's here to respond. So these are tweets from Samini.
Yeah, the same way it caught everybody off guard. It's the same. So we'll just have to get the details as to what actually could be the issue before we can actually comment, because you don't want to like say stuff because I don't know where he's coming from at this point. So when we get to what it is about, we'll definitely put a comment to it.
Well,
you see something I like about Sarkodie? He just didn't rush to. You see, when people are doing things, people have motives behind their actions. So Sarkodie wasn't so quick to say he's going to reply. He said no, he needs to get to the full story of the whole issue. So I think that's what triggered Samini to even call. But I love that smart move by Sarkodie. You don't just tackle issue because they just came. Look out for the root cause of it and then address it. Let's listen to the rest of the conversation.
Where he's coming from is the fact that
I
he
understand the
sent
tweets, but what I'm saying is it could be more than that. So you have to be very careful how you because I always treat things how I would. I see things how I would have reacted, which is wrong, but then that's my logic, because before I will come out there to say something, I might have told you already, right? So if
you see what I was saying, you see, I'm saying that Samini was a hypocrite because I feel, and Sarkodie just said it, before you come out on social media is not going to solve so many issues. Social media, I don't know, it's like in a year ago, and then people probably, it destroys the energy though, as Sarkodie said. He felt that if you have a big issue like this, I think even after the whole conversation, you and him have met a couple of times. I even saw pictures of you people eating. People were eating and all those stuff. And you still have all it in you. At the end of the day, you come back and tell us Sarkodie is fake. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. So for me, I feel Samini was just being a hypocrite. But then, let's listen to how Sarkodie responded.
Oh, this and that.
Yeah, and I doubt that personally having issues with people would make me want to like let the public know, because Twitter is not gonna solve. I don't think you can even actually make your point on Twitter. They will dissect it and make it look a certain type of way. So if I have a personal issue, even if you're actually wrong, I will have to tell you, Bulldog, whether you respond or not. At least I've told you. So that's why I want to know exactly what it is before you make a general comment about it.
Yeah. So you see, and after he said that, I think later Samini called in and also wanted to tell us what happened. But I love that reply from Sarkodie. And trust me, I'm a very proud Sarkodie fan because of his mentality, his approach to solve issues. I really love it. I really, really love it. Let's listen to the point where Samini called. Okay.
So yes, yeah, there are certain things he says he wants to clarify. Samini, thank you very much for joining us. How are you this morning?
Yes, Andy Dusty. Greetings to everybody in the studio this morning. I'm doing great, thank you.
Okay.
And I hope everyone is good too.
Yeah, we're very well. So for me, I woke up to see your tweets, and it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So for clarity, what has SAG done to you?
This whole thing started from Twitter last night when I just told fans to ask me any question they would want me to answer. So one of them came with a question about whether or not I would work with SAG again and when was the last time we worked. So I said point blank that I don't think I would need a verse from SAG, but if he ever does need one, I'm not going to do it because I have my reasons why I said that. So I was telling him because I know the person that's asking me is obviously a SAG fan and a Samini fan and would want.
And SAG natives, do you think we need a verse from Samini again? Do you think we knew? Charlie, we don't need you. Even if you don't need verse, we don't need you. So forget it. Let's continue.
To see that collaboration happen. I have a few instances where SAG has disrespected me, but I didn't bring it out in public. But from how SAG Nation has risen on the Twitter thing and are disrespecting me even further for me coming out to spill the fact that something was done to me some years back that I didn't feel good about. But then I just felt like at 41, I don't have to hold anything back and I don't have to let anybody feel special in their corner when I know that I felt shortchanged.
This is where I don't agree with Samini. He said he doesn't want anybody to feel special in their corner because probably he didn't. And excuse me to say, that is not a matured mindset. If someone has done you bad and you also want to repay bad, then at the end of the day, you claiming you are more, excuse me to say, matured and acting in the same way the person did, and you are judging the person that way. Do you think it's right? You come out boldly to disrespect him by calling him names, fake and all those stuff. And then at the end of the day, you want to proclaim that self-righteous person. No, we don't do that. We don't do that here, you understand? We don't do that here. So, one, you've clearly stated that you don't need his verse or anything. So, the question is, what, even if he knew you could do it without his verse, why did he even, at the first place, call out for a collaboration or a feature?
First of all, when SAG sent me the track for Love Rocks, I did it under 24 hours and sent him the song. Then somewhere along the line, I was in London. He sent me a certain track. I was down in Cuffley in the studio. I did it under 24 hours and sent him the verse. Ask him, anytime he sends me a WhatsApp message, it takes me, less than 5 minutes. I'm good on communication. I don't know about him. It takes me less than 5 minutes. I'll respond to you. I'll tell you the truth, what I'm about, what I can do and what I can't. If you message Zach, he would not respond. And I heard Kwalketi also complain about that. So I thought, okay, maybe that's the way he is. No problem. He's not my friend like that, and he will attest to that. Like, we don't talk, we don't call each other. There's no reason why we should have a beef. Nothing. But my thing here was that when I did everything that he ever asked me to do in time and on time, I expected that he would know that my principles towards work is such that if you can do it, let me know you can. If you can't, cool. I sent him, he expressed interest with my own remix. So yeah, I sent him the original beat, the reggae beat. He did its verse. They sent the files, and then I put the files on a remix beat. Obviously, he wanted to be on the original beat, but I thought that would distort the history of the track, because I had the original track, which is me by myself, and that's how it was a hit. So if it's a remix, if a remix is an interest, let's put it out, but let's put it out as a remix. I don't think it went down too well with him, because he would have loved to be on the bang 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 bang. I know.
But the DJ Fraz production.
Exactly, but I wanted him on the Loud City production, which was a remix. So that was out the way. Then fast forward down the line, because I know I've done more than just one feature for him, and he just put one out. I know that I can always feel free and ask for any track I want him on if I feel like he would work with it. So I told him I'm working on something, I need him on it, and he said, okay, send me a few, let me see what I feel about them. I send you 3 tracks, you choose one. And then you ask me, is it an album or is it a single? What are you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm working on an EP, and this is the very last track. We were talking in, I think, in April or something, and I wanted to release the thing in July. I told him, this is the very last track. He's like, cool. And then fast forward down the line, Sark never responded. He never said anything about the song. He never did the song. Anytime I would ask what's up, it's a blue tick. He can go on his WhatsApp, WhatsApp right now and check my last messages to him. Even my invitation to the listening of my EP. He read it and it was blue tick. So me, I know they take that too personal, but I know that's how he rolls. But when the fans came at me, like, okay, why am I feeling too entitled by saying, hey, I asked him for a verse and he didn't do it? Here's the background to what I mean by I would not expect to do anything with him, because if I ask him for a track or if I have an arrangement for him to send me a track, he would delay me. But I don't delay people. Luckily for me, I don't need anybody's verse or anybody's chorus to make a hit song. You can play my catalog. The only song I have on my catalog that's a hit song featuring someone else is Wizkid's Time Bomb. Yes, reverse the roles. You can tell me how many sax songs that has people on there. That's what I told his people on the Twitter platform, because they were getting me.
How he's speaking, you could realize this is pure sentiment. You're not trying to tarnish like Sarkodie, even his whole workings is being because of collaborations and all that stuff. And you could clearly see how these people think. The reason why I like it, because Sarkodie wouldn't be friends with you, because you know you people are just fake. You are just fake. Or like it hurts you people. You people wish he wouldn't win and all those stuff. Come on, he has never come out there to say, fine, your abilities to be able to, you are not a rapper. So yes, you could do your hooks and your verses and then you don't need anyone to be on it. Cool. And it's blues. But then nobody has invited you into the conversation where Sarkodie. That is also a way of making it great. You also have your way. So why then do you now come to try and tarnish it like his way of making it bigger by featuring people? It's... Well, let's listen.
Serious by making me feel like me from 2001 is kissing Sax backside, Sax from 2009 for a verse. When fans are those that ask for these things, otherwise I per se, if you check my catalog, I would not need an additional voice on my song necessarily to make any waves. When I put him on my own remix, where did it go? It could not surpass my own itself. That is the strength I have over my creativity.
You put him on your remix and he didn't sell. Why do you go back again and ask him for a feature? Meanwhile, you are trying to claim like, yes, you are the boss, you don't need a feature, so even if he comes on. So why then do you even go in the first place? to ask for a feature again.
I don't have anything against Sark, which is what I said in the tweet.
Okay.
But I was offended the way he treated me, and that is where I pegged him from that time till today. I don't message Sark for anything. He doesn't message me for anything.
Okay, Samini.
Going forward, I would not seek a verse from him, knowing how he can delay and distort my plans.
Okay, so Sark, all right. So with all this, so your fury is not about Sark, but rather the fans. Is that what?
Yes, it's not about Sark. It was about the fans because I explained to one fan who asked me a question: would you ever do a song with Sark? And I don't feel like it's time to close. Throw dust into people's eyes or cover people's deeds to make them seem like everything is calm when it's really not. There's other people in the industry who have done serious things to me that I've been quiet about. You see this Appeatus and 5-5 issue. I have a classical issue that I don't want to even talk about right now. But one day it will come out, and we'll have to mention names and show who has been on road with someone's album forever and didn't pay a dime for it, and went and put it online and said it was theirs 100% when they know who the executive producer is. Have I come out to talk about this before? No. Yes, so I'm not like emotional, just ranting about things that hurt me. But if I'm asked a question and I feel like this is the time to educate people and let people know how people are actually treating people on the ground as compared to how people make it seem when they come and they sugarcoat things. Sark, force for me. He did a baby, listen. Force for me. You be my small boy, you know that. We did on the Sark was the first guy that rapped and said he wants to blow and become like Samini in one of his very first raps. Later on, when he went out and said, "Kobisa yogi dogi de Sonny Bali de Kobisa Sonny Bali de yogi de Samini," and he said, "Then yogi de Samini." No, after about radio, so they asked him. He said he's not really a Samini fan, so he doesn't really listen to the songs like that, so he doesn't know the song they're talking about. Same guy that said in his earlier freestyles that he wants to be like Samini. Guess what? Here is the Samini in 2023 still, my guy. Don't play. All
right, Samini. Well, thank you very much for talking to us. I'm so grateful.
It's a forum. It's a forum. If I'm privileged, I would like to hear a response from my brother. Say he's there in the studio.
We'll have a conversation.
All right. Okay. So he says, well, if you heard him correctly, he says you will have a conversation. Well, thank you very much.
No, we won't have a conversation.
Hello. Okay.
People might think you cut him.
Right, sorry?
People might think you cut him off.
Yeah, people might think.
When they call him again, just so that people don't read.
Right, because I please, if you can call him back, I'll be grateful.
And you just
if they're like, no, because
so it's all friendly and I'm guessing
well, I understand.
You get me. So, but it's all good. Him feeling like that, I don't have any control over that. I can only say sorry to how he feels, not necessarily because I agree with everything he's saying, but if that's how he feels, I don't think I have any. But my dream creating the things that he's talking about, and
exactly like Sarkodie is not intentionally going to say some mafia on you or something. See, things happen. There are lots of people that I sometimes want to do good to them, but at the end of the day, when life hits you and activities come up your way and all those stuff, sometimes you forget some of the promises you've made, but then they would sit back and then take it personal like you said, I'm mafia. The myself know they do. Things are coming up, man. You understand? Let's be real. Samini, you're not just real. You're not real.
To make some things clear, I said in the beginning, I treat things differently from how people would treat things. So every person in this industry has some, I wouldn't call it pain because I don't care, because that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen to you. Everybody has something happening to them, So I get it. He has expressed, if you want to take people to call and say, Sarkodie does things for me quick, you have 1,000 people who also say it. And then you have some people who also say, what did I say? I told Bulldog, it's about the music. I just recorded, not because the music is not good. You could hear a song that is so good, but maybe you don't hear yourself. You're trying to find a pocket in the song, and then one day you do it. And then some songs, when they send it to you, it's like 2 seconds. Probably if I send you a song and then you really loved it in that moment, you did it. I didn't figure it out. I'm not talking about him. It could happen as in general. So to my brother, I would just definitely say sorry for how he feels, not endorsing the fact that everything he's saying is what I believe in or what I think is the truth. But if he says he feels like that, then yeah, sorry.
I know.
Just that you're not matured in your approach, but we are sorry. And no, I don't know. I had your pong. Bye bye.
My son want the baking soda. Cigar and my boss, I can try this year, and I'm staying sober. Gonna promise share more hating niggas like hating over.